2025 marks 30 years since the first appearance of Shaun the Sheep in the Wallace and Gromit film A Close Shave, and to celebrate, Aardman have just kindly shared with us a press release for an upcoming feature film. Following the release of Vengeance Most Foul, they've decided to go with a third Shaun the Sheep film, I suppose in a way forming a trilogy, but this is Shaun the Sheep, the Beast of Mossy Bottom. So first of all, thank you Aardman, because it feels amazing to be under an embargo and to be one of the first to hear about a brand new Aardman feature film, which releases in 2026. Yeah, so Shaun the Sheep is kind of an underappreciated gem in terms of what we've talked about on the channel, because obviously it's been primarily Wallace and Gromit related, and although Shaun is linked in with that franchise in some weird ways and it's kind of his origin, Shaun of course has his own series and films, and yeah, when I was a kid back in 2007 I just adored that series, and I probably haven't really seen them since that time period, so it's really fun and kind of nostalgic to look back on. I was aware there was some rumblings of a 7th series, I believe, and to be honest, when I saw this kind of flash up, that's what I was expecting. Definitely not a new film, which is really cool. And for one, Aardman are on a roll, coming off Vengeance Most Foul, straight into Shaun the Sheep pretty much. What with just a year in the middle, 2 feature films, that's a pretty good production turnaround for Aardman films, and it might give them time to cook up a new Wallace and Gromit. So yeah, let's go straight into the details. Shaun the Sheep, the Beast of Mossy Bottom, sees the residents of Mossy Bottom Farm looking forward to Halloween, so it's a Halloween special, we know. This is until the farmer trashes the flock's beloved pumpkin patch. Then Shaun turns mad scientist to fix the problem, and things rapidly spiral out of control. With the farmer missing and a wild beast roaming the woods of Mossingham, all the ingredients are in place for a monstrously fun family adventure. Aardman have partnered with Sky as the exclusive UK distributor, releasing in cinemas and on Sky Cinema, and Studio Canal are the global partner outside of the UK. So this is really interesting because obviously we know that with Vengeance Most Foul, the BBC exclusively distributed the film in the UK, whereas Netflix distributed it globally. So I kind of would have expected them to just stick to Netflix, but I think it's always nice to see them partnering with different companies and stuff like that, and most importantly, by the looks of it, it gets a proper cinema release. And to be fair, the previous 2 Shaun the Sheep films did as well. They had these, you know, big cinematic releases. And in some ways, I think Shaun is probably more well known than Wallace and Gromit, debatably. It's a weird kind of thing. In some areas, I think that's probably the case. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be very cool to see in cinemas. I honestly just hope it's on par with the previous 2 Shaun the Sheep films, because they are just really entertaining films, I think. Quite different to Wallace and Gromit, and I love that they stick with the no dialogue kind of thing, because that's really impressive, I think, in a feature film. It was impressive the first time, and it continues to be every time they pull it off. So yeah, the mind does kind of wander to, will there be another premiere and stuff like that? We don't know how kind of big of a thing it's going to be, but we can only hope so, and yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens next. It goes on to mention that Aardman collaborating with Sky is the continuation of a long-standing relationship between the 2 companies. They've done bits of Morph before. The executive producer and head of originals for Sky Cinema said that Shaun is a household name, so it's huge news for us to be welcoming him and the flock to our 2026 original film slate. It's an honour to work with Aardman at such an exciting time for the studio, with a film that we know fans of all ages will love. Yeah, so then Studio Canal say, we are so delighted to be in the development and pre-production on Shaun the Sheep, the Beast of Mossy Bottom, launching worldwide sales at Cannes. We have taken such pride in establishing Shaun the Sheep and the flock as movie stars, and in this, our 3rd feature film in the franchise, we have a tantalising seasonal hook in Halloween thrills, spills, surprises, and a touch of science. with characters old and new. We cannot wait to reveal more of this highly anticipated treat in the coming months. It's a genuine pleasure to be back in partnership with Aardman for Shaun's very welcome return, and in Sky we have a UK partner who share our passion and ambition to bring Shaun the Sheep to the biggest possible audience with his timeless appeal, and in this, his home territory. The new Aardman film follows the recent landmark success of the studio's Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Foul, which broke viewing records in the Christmas period as it became the most watched animated film broadcast on British television since modern viewing records began in 2002. So as expected, the success of Vengeance has paved the way nicely to more Aardman feature content, which is really exciting to see. I love the series and I love the shorts. The features are particularly exciting, I think. There have been periods of time where lots of things are being worked on, but we don't have anything out in the public. But at the minute, Aardman seem to be firing on all cylinders. So yeah, a really exciting time to be a fan of Aardman. And I'm over the moon to play the smallest part in getting this news out there to the fans. Because whenever there's an announcement like this, it's just great to see the reactions of everyone. And overall positivity surrounding it, you know? What I love about the Shaun series and the subsequent films is that you always have an idea of what to expect going into it. You know, you've got these established characters, established locations, sometimes they veer away from that. There is no proper dialogue, but we do have voice actors for all of the characters and they've remained consistent in the kind of bleats and ramblings. So it's always a joy to return to the world of Mossy Bottom Farm, and I can only imagine they're probably filming it right now. So to recap, Shaun the Sheep, the Beast of Mossy Bottom, is coming to a cinema near you in 2026. And that's quite cool. Did Vengeance Most Foul tease this with a farmer appearance? Possibly, but at the same time, Shaun the Sheep films are kind of inevitable, because as far as I know, they always do so well, they're always so popular, and yeah, it's always a joy to see Shaun back, and I think a nice kind of fresh change of pace. So if people want to see more Shaun the Sheep stuff on the channel, I've already got a load of ideas and links into Wallace and Gromit quite nicely. So yeah, let us know in the comments down below what you think of this amazing news, and I'll be sure to respond and we'll have a nice discussion and theorise about stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you next time.